Hey guys, this is Vic Dorfman, and today is the first day of the video blog for the 30-day membership website challenge. And I thought before I actually make the challenge or make the how-to of how to perform the challenge, it would be more useful if I actually did it myself to provide a concrete example and to also verify that the steps that I think the challenge should follow are the steps that I'm actually taking. In other words, is this what I would do, and does it work, and does it get results? Because if it doesn't, then what's the point of sharing it and having other people do it? Now, for this first day, the purpose is for both myself and for you guys doing the challenge is to just get clear on your why. Why do you want a membership site? Why do I want a membership site? Well, for my part, I'm in the membership site space, and I've helped hundreds of people probably by now over the years set up their membership sites, support their membership sites, but I've had only 2 of my own membership sites, and both of them didn't last very long. One did reasonably well, but it wasn't really a membership site because people just paid once to get access to it. So it was more of an information product. And that's a distinction, by the way, that you have a membership site, which is something that people pay on a recurring basis to access. And then you have content that's hidden behind a paywall that you have to log in to access the content, etc. But you only really have to pay once, so it's not really a subscription site. And that's really key, I feel, because if you're gonna do this, you really want to have recurring revenue be the goal, because maybe you can launch your product or your membership site and you'll make, let's say, $5,000 during the launch. That would be great, right? Dream come true. But what then? These people they're not going to pay you anymore. So you have to go out and find new members, new customers. And it's much easier to retain your current members and to continue making them happy and even sell them new things, new products, new services, than to go out and find new members. And it's more expensive as well to do that second thing. Well, so my why is because I like membership sites, I'm in that space, but really, more to the point, is I love songwriting. And it's going to be what my membership site is going to be about, is songwriting, and how to write songs on guitar, for guitar and voice. So it's for singers, songwriters. It's a very specific kind of niche. Songwriting is quite a general thing, actually, but this is specifically for guitar players / singers, so-called singer-songwriters. And my why is that I love this thing. There's nothing that I can't think of anything that I really love more than writing my own music. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I would say I've written some pretty good songs. I'm reasonably good at it. I'm not Paul McCartney, but you don't have to be. You have to be at a level to where other people can learn something useful from you. And that's the thing, is you don't have to be famous. You don't have to have any kind of hype surrounding you, but you do need to have some level of competence, and you need to have something of value to give others. And sometimes we get this imposter syndrome, thinking, well, do I really have value to give to people? And the truth is that you don't really know that ahead of time. So sometimes you just need to take a leap of faith and put yourself out there, and then the market will actually respond and let you know what it thinks, quote unquote. Okay, so I love songwriting. I'm reasonably good at it. That's number 2. The other why is that for the majority of my career as an entrepreneur, as an online business person, I've sold services, and I have sold some information products. I've even sold some physical products. But the problem with services, which is how I currently earn a living, is that they're very time intensive. They require human capital, human resources. Your margins are not as wide as with information products. There's really nothing like selling information because you create it once and you sell it an infinite amount of times, theoretically. And the margins are huge because you have no cost associated. You do have some costs associated with delivering your information products, but they are relatively small. I mean, there's no shipping unless you're sending out, DVDs or CDs, which you can choose to do, by the way. That's a good strategy. But, there's nobody to pay to perform the service. It's just information and it's bundled up and people can consume it at their leisure. Now, it's not true, and this is a point that I want to make very, very clear. It's not true that once you create a membership site that it's quote unquote passive income. You never have to touch it again. If you really want to build a community, now there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, granted, but in my experience, if you really want to build an outstanding, thriving community, you have to participate in it, you have to nurture it, you have to seed it with content, you have to be there, be present, because a lot of times, too, people are signing up not just for the value of the information, but for the value of being able to access you, because you are the quote-unquote expert. And of course, you can hire an expert, you can bring somebody on as a partner, and they can be the talent, and you can be the marketing sales guy or gal, and that's a business model that I've seen work as well. And however you choose to do it, the point is that you have to nurture your community. Now, you can choose not to build a community and still have a successful membership site. And that depends on your market and the level of interaction required for people to feel that they're making progress and getting their money's worth. But you can imagine that in songwriting, people need a lot of hand holding. They need feedback, they need critiques, they need to know that, hey, am I doing this right? Am I playing this right? Am I singing this right? How does this sound, etc., etc. And they need a coach, essentially. So it's a little bit more hands-on, and that may not be the case for the niche that you choose. And in either case, I'm not too bothered by it because I love songwriting and I could do this all day, every day, which is the goal eventually, is to get out of services and just sell information products. And I thought that this would be a good opportunity to not only put my money where my mouth is, but to also take a step in that next direction of working online, selling information products in the market that I really enjoy, which is the singer-songwriter market, the music market. Now, the other why for this is that I've been working with membership sites for a long time, and this is an opportunity to put the skills that I've learned, the marketing skills, the website skills, etc., to put all those skills into practice and to really execute on something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And now you may say, hey, well, Vic, you have those skills, bully for you, but I don't know about any of this stuff. So, am I doomed to failure? Am I destined to crash and burn with this challenge? And I will say that, of course, having done this for a long time gives me an advantage. But it also gives you an advantage because it means that I can guide you effectively because I've been where you are and I am where I am and I've traversed that path. So I can save you all of the time that I've basically gone through doing trial and error to learn this stuff and making a lot of mistakes, costly mistakes that have cost me clients and customers and business and reputation and stuff. But that's just the name of the game, and you don't have to make those mistakes. And of course, I will do my very, very best to make things as simple and step-by-step and foolproof as possible, which really leads to the next point of why I wanted to do this challenge first myself. And that is because a lot of times when you consume any kind of information product, or even if you read a book, Like, for example, if you read a business book, a lot of times you'll read something along the lines of, well, you should do this, and here's the theory behind that, and blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, you're thinking, okay, well, how does this apply to me? Can I get an example? Can I get a case study? Can I get a concrete demonstration of these principles in action? And that always bugged me too. And in fact, one of my favorite business books is a really great book called Built to Sell, which is written as a fictional story. You don't even feel like you're learning, but sneaky John Warrillow, the author of Built to Sell, he makes you learn through this story. And in fact, we learn best, most of us, through real world, practical, concrete examples. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be sort of teaching this, I need to be at the forefront and really putting my money where my mouth is, and also clarifying my own approach so that when I actually put the challenge together, and by the time that you're watching this, the challenge will already be live, but just know that in order to have created this whole 30-day framework and the flow and the structure and the start to finish step-by-step path for you, I went through this challenge that you're watching right now and created this vlog so that I could construct the challenge in the most effective way possible based on my experience with what I'm doing right now. So that pretty much covers the why. Oh, one more thing is, accountability is huge. Accountability is absolutely huge in anything you do, and with a challenge like this, it's important that you feel and that others feel that they are supporting each other and they are holding each other accountable to do what needs to be done to get the result that you want to get. Sounds obvious, but the truth is that most people who participate in a challenge like this or consume an information product, and by the way, there's people paying thousands of dollars for information products. Yes, there are information products that cost thousands of dollars, and they purchase them, they may even consume them, many people don't, but they do nothing with them. And my feeling is that it's incumbent upon the vendor, the creator of a challenge like this or an information product to foster accountability, to foster, to make the chances of you succeeding as high as possible. And this accountability benefits you, and it benefits me, because the more success stories that you guys produce, the better it makes me look, and then others will want to participate and purchase my products and my services around membership site stuff. So it's really a win all around to hold the community accountable for actually getting results. And so you'll find that there's worksheets and stuff like that to accompany the challenge, and Facebook group and everything. And that is pretty much my why. And I've been beating around the bush on doing this for a long time, and I knew that the day would come when I would just do it, and today that day is here. And the result of this, I'm hoping, is that for you, by the end of the 30-day challenge, you will have your first paying member for your membership site. You won't have your membership site necessarily, and I'll explain why that is the case in the actual challenge videos, but you will have your first paying member, hopefully several paying members, and you will have the understanding and information and outline necessary to actually go and finish creating that site to give the content to your members. And there's a very specific reason why it's this way and in this order, and I promise to you, I'm going to explain it and you're going to understand it. And just as a quick preview of tomorrow's vlog, I'm just going to say that while I've settled on my idea, I'm going to go through the process of actually fleshing it out, thinking about it, talking it through, making sure that it's something sellable, it's something that people need. Does it really solve a real problem? And that's day 2. So this was day 1. Tomorrow is day 2 of the video blog. If you have any questions or comments about this or any of the other content on this page, of course, please leave a comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.